There we go. Got it.
Got it.
Hello
I
and welcome everyone to the behind the scenes recording of the Came From Radio's 61st live show, courtesy of the East Meadow Public Library. This is your host, Mark Torres speaking. I am here with our senior correspondent, Charlie Saladino.
That's him.
Hey.
Chalut.
Hey.
With
Say
Elman
something,
Jenny
Chalut.
Feldy.
Hey, how you
There we
doing?
go. And we have our special guest we're going to be talking to with and about, which is awesome because he's here. We have none other than Hurricon and FurnaceCon's David Donovan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
So this is going to be recorded on our YouTube page, but
Oh,
we're
cool.
going to have our regular show and we're going to start right now.
The following is brought to you in part by MFC Studios. The views of the show's host and guests do not necessarily reflect those of the management, owners, or staff of this radio station. And now, it came from the radio.
Oh. Darn. Darn.
Yappa toy and welcome once again to It Came From the Radio, the episode they pick up on. This is your host, Mark Torres speaking. We are here live via Zoom, courtesy of the East Meadow Public Library. That's www.eastmeadow.info for our 61st live show.
Whoa.
I am here, virtually distance, of course, with none other than Elman Jenny Felder.
Good evening, everyone.
We have senior correspondent Charlie Saladino.
Hello, fun
You're supposed to
seekers.
say hi when I do that.
Charlie.
And we have our special guest we're going to be talking to with and about, which is awesome because he's here. We have none other than the Hurricon and FurnaceCon's David Donovan.
Hello. 61st show. Live show. 6-1.
Yes. So before we talk to Dave about his convention, we're going to take it away with the news. The news is brought to you in part by the fine folks of sci-fi.radio. That's sci-fi for your Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
As well as the fine folks of the Big Apple Con, of which we are the official radio show of, celebrating over 26 years of comic book ness and pop culture stuff. For more information, go to www.bigapplecc.com. Their next convention is scheduled for December the 17th, which is the Big Apple Christmas Con. Tickets are on sale right now. And I want to give out shout outs to our Patreons, of which there are Danny Grillo, award-winning director Jared Burrell, Kyle Horn, Millie Portes, Newsday famous Dresden Media, Unchikun, Shadow Rabbit Art, Yasmin Array, and Rosa. If you want to have your own little shout out, go to our website, www.camefrio.com. Just for $1 a month, you can get a shout out on our show. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, this is going to be a little different show. We're going to have a couple of sad bits of news, and we're going to talk about the New York Comic Con because I went and David Donovan went, and then
I
when we
went
take our
too.
break, we're going to be talking all about David Donovan. And I think it's important because since Dave was at the New York Comic Con, we can mention it, and then he can give us the differences of what he would do to make his convention more awesome than New York Comic Con. How's that?
Love it.
Whoa. I like that idea.
All right, so let's see. So we'll always start off with the sad news, and we have a couple of sad news. So I'm going to burn through them as fast as possible.
Burn through them.
Burn through them. All right, so comedian Judy Tenuta died recently from stage 4 ovarian cancer,
Judy Tenuta.
which she had been diagnosed in 2020. She was a stand-up comedian. She was big in the, I would say, 80s and 90s. I remember her as like a combination of Weird Al, Don Rickles, a clean Andrew Dice Clay, Liberace, and Elvira. If you put all that together, that's what she was as a comedian.
She was the love goddess.
Yes.
Ah, there you go, Charlie.
And
Yeah.
actually, since
Challenge.
Elman Jenny Feldy is a stand-up comedian, I would think like part of her act is
Oh.
I would say inspired by Judy Tenuta. Do you know who Judy is, Jen?
If it's inspired is on a very deep unconscious level, because I don't think I've ever consciously viewed her, but she sounds like an ideal mixture, and I've been sleeping on that. So R.I.P. and please guide me from above. A psychic told me I'd be guided from past comedians.
So look, if you look her up, she's the only female comedian who has an accordion on her
okay.
stage act, and she has like a
Interesting.
character,
Oh,
and
sorry.
she's a little raunchy, a little political, but she's really funny, and
She sounds
I would
great.
think she's like ahead of her time, I would say.
Oh, I'm gonna
I
look
think
her up.
so. I think
think
you're
she-
absolutely right.
I think she was on MTV a lot too back in the day.
Yeah.
She was a big
Yes.
MTV person.
So she was 72 years old.
Bless her.
So for more sad news, actress Eileen Ryan also died recently. As of this recording, which is October the 12th, 2022, no cause of death has been announced. Eileen appeared in such films as At Close Range, Judgment in Berlin, Parenthood, Benny and June, Anywhere But Here, Magnolia, I Am Sam, Eight-Legged Freaks, The Assassination of Richard Nixon, Feast, I love that movie, All the King's Men, Collaborator, and Rules Don't Apply, just to name a few. Of note, Eileen was the mother of actors Sean Penn, Chris Penn, and singer Michael Penn. She was 94 years old.
God bless her.
You familiar with senior correspondent Charlie Saladino about her work?
Yes, I'm very sad that she's no longer with us. She was a great lady.
I mean, she's married to Arthur Penn, the director, too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Well, she was married to him. You're not married to him anymore. I'm sorry I said that.
heaven.
Well,
in
they
heaven
do
she
say
is.
till death do us part.
That was cold, Mark.
Yeah,
cold.
really. Wow. Woo.
He's
We
always,
got-
we're always doing that, not him.
Charlotte, we
know.
gotta bring up the joy level. Here. Come on,
Hey.
Charlotte.
All right. So
Hey.
moving on. Let's burn
Wait.
through. So yes.
Wait,
Yes.
you could have covered this and I wasn't there, but last week we lost a legend in the music business. Wow.
I'm
Right.
waiting. Just tell us.
I heard some
Lo-
crickets. Where are the
Lo-
crickets? Make the crickets.
Loretta Lynn.
Oh, the coal miner's daughter.
Loretta, yeah.
Yeah.
Loretta Lynn. My God. She is a legend. She was 90, I believe, 96, something around there in the 90s. So she was,
Loretta
yeah.
Lynn passed away.
and she happens to be another favorite country star of mine, Crystal Gale's sister.
Right. Crystal Gale's sister. You're right.
Yeah, and that was an unbelievable loss for the music world. She is a legend.
Agreed.
So yeah. All right, move on, Mark. I'm
Moving
not
on.
liking you tonight.
More sad news. Actor Austin Stoker also died recently of renal failure. Austin appeared in such films as Battle for the Planet of the Apes, Horror
cool.
High, Airport 1975,
Cool.
Sheba Baby, Time Walker, Two Shades of Blue, Between the Lines, Machete Joe, Three from Hell, and Double Down. Of course, Austin is perhaps best known for his role as Lieutenant Ethan Bishop in the original Assault on Precinct 13 way back in 1976.
A John Carpenter movie, too.
That is correct, yes.
Ooh, look
So
at
of
me.
note, Austin actually died on his birthday. So 92 years straight, born and died 92 years apart.
That is amazing.
You're
You
muted,
come in,
Ben. Say that again.
you come in on your birthday
Maybe that
and you
was
go
his
out
birthday
on your
wish.
birthday.
He's like, I
Happy
had enough.
birthday.
He's like, I'd like nothing more for my birthday than to leave.
Yeah,
That's terrible. That's terrible.
the big,
Well,
the
maybe
big
you had other
birthday.
places to go to.
Maybe
Yeah.
there were too many candles on the cake, and that's why he died. Gonna blow them all out.
All right.
Mike
Charlie.
doesn't like this.
Last bit of
Salute.
sad news. Last bit of sad
Salute.
news. Dame Angela Lansbury also died recently
Oh.
in her sleep.
Very recently.
Murder,
In
she
her-
wrote.
Yes, in her career spanning 80 years, Angela was
Oh my
in
God.
everything, which is too much to cover here. Obviously, as you just, David Donovan just said, Murder, She Wrote, Jessica Fletcher, which ran from 1984 to 1996. She did 264 episodes of that show and made 3 TV movies, made for TV movies, and which is the one that always got me, she had a crossover episode with Magnum PI of all shows.
Whoa. That's cool.
So of note, she was made a dame by the late Queen Elizabeth in 2014. A dame, as you know, is the female equivalent of a knight, if I'm not mistaken. And she joined the ranks of Julie Andrews, Joan Collins, Judi Dench, Angelina Jolie, Helen Mirren, Olivia Newton-John also passed away recently, Elizabeth Taylor, just to name a few. And Angela died 5 days before her 97th birthday. So she
And there
was
is
96.
and there is nothing like a dame, right, Charlie?
Yeah, yeah. She was a great dame.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
But no, she really was, because I watched the
Woof, woof.
no. Calm down, David.
terrible.
No, because when you watch the Turner classic movies, you see those movies from the 30s or early 40s, and Angela's in those movies, and you could tell she was an amazing actress from then, and quite a looker. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so that's it for the sad news. We have one sad news follow-up item though. A few months ago, we reported that Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, had died. His body was found by the Coast Guard floating in the northern part of Okinawa.
Now he's
Turns
alive?
out- No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Hey, I was home and
They
I could
can-
prove it.
They
That's a
can
different
rebuild him. They
department.
can rebuild him.
Different department.
Yeah.
His body was found on the Coast Guard in the northern part of Okinawa, but turns out that after an investigation was conducted, quote, several sworn witness statements provided by the Army say that Kazuki jumped in the water to help save a U.S. soldier and two civilians who were struggling in a riptide at a popular Okinawa dive spot. So while he tried to save somebody else, he wound up getting caught in the riptide and he died.
He's
Well,
a
they do tell you
superhero.
not to do that.
Yeah.
And
Riptide.
you heard it here first.
That's it. Charlie Saladino, the lifeguard, told you don't jump in the riptide.
There you go.
That's a lesson learned. But I think it's kind of cool that, you know, he tried
that's
saving someone
cool.
else, but that's how he died.
I wonder if
Wow.
he knew the risk involved.
Who knows? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
So moving on from the not as sad news, let's see, from the That's a Lot of Nuts department. The new horror film Smile has held on to the #1 spot in the domestic box office, pulling in an additional $21 million in ticket sales in its second week of release, beating out the new animated film Lyle Lyle Crocodile, which came in at #2 with $13 million. For those of you keeping track, the new Top Gun sequel is still the highest grossing film of 2022 with $714 million, followed by Doctor Strange sequel with $411 million. The aforementioned Smile is at number 27, and Lyle Lyle Crocodile comes in at number 48 of the highest grossing movies of this year. Now, David, we've been
Yes.
talking about this to all our guests. Do you believe that Top Gun will remain the highest grossing movie for the rest of the year, or will Black Adam, Black Panther 2, Shazam 2, Puss in Boots 2, or Avatar 2 knock it off?
Nope. I think that Top Gun will probably break $1 billion worldwide. It has
Wow.
got that type of reach, and it is known all over the world. And look, all the films you mentioned are great movies. Don't get me wrong, but it's Tom Cruise. It's Top Gun. I mean, come on, everybody knows that movie. And
Yeah,
look,
jump off a couch. Get excited.
You remember that? That was so long ago.
That's like all I can remember about him. I mean,
Charlie
no,
was there.
but yeah.
Charlie would move the couch back after he jumped on it.
There you go.
That's right. You were working at ABC, right? Were you
He
were you
was.
there at the time?
Salute.
Yes,
Move
I
the-
was.
Move the couch, Charlie. A
Yeah.
little to
I
the
mean,
left.
nowadays we have such crazy stuff going on in media. It's just funny to me that someone jumping off the couch was a big deal given what's been going on the last few years, you know?
That's true. That is
I-
very true.
I-
Like,
Like,
that's
oh, someone jumped off
normal
the couch.
now.
That wouldn't even make news now.
I've been
Unless he
listening to a
fell.
lot of things about that movie, and they really predict it's going to break $1 billion worldwide. It's just going to be that big. It
It was
continues
good.
to have legs. It's crazy.
It was a good entertaining movie. I gotta say, it was a pretty darn good sequel as sequels go.
It's a sequel too. It's a sequel. That's amazing.
Amazing. All right, so let's see. So we have, I think we have, my math is correct. We have about like 12 to 15 minutes before we take our break. So we're going to discuss the New York Comic Con. So I was there.
Okay.
So was
David was
I.
there.
I was there too, but I didn't
Now-
see you.
I didn't see David, but strategically placed somewhere around the Javits Center, I kept on seeing flyers for a certain convention that he's coming up soon.
Oh, really?
if you search Hurricon,
Ooh.
if you search Hurricon, HURRICON on Facebook, or you search it on Instagram or even on Twitter, you will see that Hurricon was all over New York Comic Con, whether they
Yes.
liked it or not.
That was
And
some
they did-
wild.
And they did rip a couple of my signs down, but
Oh,
for the
really?
most part, a lot of them survived the whole weekend. It was so
I wonder
good.
who ripped it down. We got to find out.
Were you
Um,
checking to make sure all the
yeah,
signs were up?
well,
Is that why
well,
you were doing?
to tell you how intense I am about it, when I put these signs up, I put them up with blue painter's tape.
Right.
So I knew, so when they ripped them down, they didn't take the blue papers taped out.
Ah,
So I could see where they all were. But
a hidden
I,
camera would be better.
I was worried that a young man, Chris, who has helped me out, he's a buddy of my son's. I was worried he was going to get thrown out. So I said, don't you put him up, let me do it, because if they're going to throw somebody out, throw me out. I don't care. But nobody
Right.
bothered me. And hey, I gave a couple to a couple of our guests. Keith Williams, who's just wonderful, had a bunch on his table. Will Torres had a bunch on his table. I gave some more out to another podcast called Big Kev's Geek Stuff TNG. They handed them out. So a lot of people are helping out. We're just trying to get the word out. I'm trying to extend the range. I just don't want the
Good.
range to be just the neighborhood. I want it. So we're going to go into Queens in the next couple of days to a couple of different shops, Royal Collectibles, Anyone Comics, Everyone Comics. They've all been very receptive to the idea. And they're receptive to the idea because, and it's said on a couple of these, that this is one of the only benefit Comic-Cons that exists. It's totally to benefit this church in East Rockaway that's been there since 1885. And the original Hurricon was there to help restore the floor that was destroyed by Sandy. When I say destroyed by people coming in because the church was the relief center after Hurricane Sandy. So that's why we did it. And the church, like I said, it's been around since 1885. It needs work. So you had a guest on last week who said, I don't need your money. I got a career outside. I don't need your money. I don't need you. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I need your money. I need you to come down and give, you know what? Pay your $5 to get in and give me some more money because I need your money. I will take, and it all goes to the church. No one benefits from this. In fact, every dollar that we make above and beyond expenses, be it the food or what have you, goes right to the church. None of it goes in anybody's pocket. So it's just a great community thing that we do. And the church is there. We collect food for the Long Island Council of Churches Emergency Food Bank in Freeport. We drop it off every week. We share space with the Korean Methodist Church. We are open to any kind of groups that want to come down and meet. We fly the rainbow flag on our flagpole to say to people, look, everyone is welcome here. There are no secret handshakes. There's no passwords, nothing like that.
Oh, man.
Everybody is welcome at this church, just like the main man, JC, Jesus said, same thing with us. Come on in. Worship with us. We'd love to have you. Come to the convention, look around. I'll give you a tour. And if you come in and say these words to me, I will give you a special prize. Do you want to know what those words are?
Well,
Yeah.
I love this.
Dominic is cool, but Charlie Saladino is cooler.
Those are the words.
There you go.
There you
I want you to know, this was one of my favorite cons of all time. The Hurricon. It was great. I love the church. I love the people. Everybody there is, you feel the love when you go in. Right, David? You feel the love when you go in. And
well,
well,
the love,
what?
well, what? The love I got
Well,
from
what?
Mark Torres said to me, he says, David, you know, what's wrong with you? And I said, well, there are many things, Mark. What do you want to know? And he said, you know, you run this thing and you're sitting here and you're smiling. You should be pulling your hair out and yelling at people and telling this guy to do that and that. I'm like, why? Mark's like, that's what I see all the time when I go to shows like this.
Right.
Why are you so happy? Why are you so smiling all the time? I'm like, well, I don't know. My family is here helping me out. I'm blessed to have them all here. I'm blessed to have my mom here, my brother, his family, all the people in the church are helping me out.
Oh,
It's a great afternoon for everybody. It's a great day. We're here to have a good time. We're here to spread some love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that's the way
and-
it should be.
And
for
get
sure.
some money. Like JP said, he don't need the money. Well, I need the money, JP. I need the money.
You sound like
So-
Trump a little bit.
So you
incredible.
were there all 4 days at the New York Comic Con, Dave?
Oh, we're back on that. Yes, I am. Yes, I was. Met a lot. Mark, I made notes for you. I met a lot of great people. I got to talk to Chris Claremont, the creator of the new X-Men. He was fantastic. He signed a couple of pieces of art for me. And then there was a gentleman there named Oscar. He was from Spain. He had like a stack of original art, original X-Men pages that Chris Claremont signed. He just looked through all of them, told the story, but he was wonderful. One of the better guests. He was so great. I ran into Tom Riley. He's the guy that draws for Marvel. He did some stuff for us. Jacob Shabbat, he's a local artist from here, and he does a lot of Hello Kitty stuff. Franco and Art Balthazar are great artists. They were there. Keith Williams, Will Torres was there. They're both guests at Hurricon. So we had a lot of fun meeting. And Ram V is a writer. He writes an Aquaman Black Label book. And I told him I really like this characterization of Aquaman. And he said, David, most people don't realize, or they should write Aquaman this way, that he's an alien. You know, just like Superman's an alien, so is Aquaman. He is an alien. I'm like, wow, that was a really cool take on it.
I
It's
didn't
a
know
great
that.
book. Yeah, he is an alien. I like the sound of that. And I
Interesting.
got to go to the Back to the Future panel with Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox, one of the most optimistic people you will ever meet. And he looked at the audience and he said, thank you to the audience. He said, look, thank you for supporting me. You've given me my life. And I was amazed. Such a wonderful feeling. And two of them are great pals. They really, really are great pals. And I also got to meet the creator of the Goldbergs, Adam F. Goldberg. He's writing the Damage Control comic for Marvel. And he's also
he was downstairs?
He was downstairs signing at the Midtown booth. And he was writing the Garbage Pail Kids book because he loves Garbage Pail Kids. So
Right. I love them too.
Oh, it's a great comic. He was so nice. Fantastic. So, a lot of people say things about New York Comic Con. Look, take it for what it is. It's packed, okay? There's going to be a crowd, okay? You get it? There's no place to eat close to the place. I get it. That's why I bring a sandwich for everybody. We have a sandwich outside.
We did the do's and don'ts. Make sure you bring a sandwich. That was what I
Right.
did.
Pack your food.
There was actually this one guy on the walking from the LIRR to the Javits Center, hot dog vendor, had a sign, 2 hot dogs and a soda, $5. I was like, you got it, man.
Convention special right there.
See, that's what you gotta do.
And then the whole addition to New York Comic Con, which if you're looking at the Javits, it's on the right. It's like a 5-story addition. The meeting rooms are beautiful. Everything is brand new, beautiful bathrooms up there. It's like 5 stories tall. I went to a bunch of stuff over there. The place is beautiful. It really is. And I don't know, some people complain there weren't enough comics. I saw more than enough comics. There were more than enough comics to dig through. There was a ton of original comic art. I mean, if you like original comic art and you have a lot of money, you would do great. I just didn't have what they were looking for. And I think I saw about, it must have been about 10 copies of Amazing Fantasy 15, which is the introduction of Spider-Man. There must have been 10 copies. I think it was the Heritage booth. And he's just looking at these like, I don't know, 10 copies of this? It's so cool. A lot of great stuff. I really enjoyed. I went 4 days and I did a lot of steps. I think 17,000 steps the first day because I walked home. Boom. Just kidding, Charlie. But I can laugh at my own jokes. Nobody else's.
I laugh.
Hey, I was laughing internally.
I could tell.
Yes.
Let's see.
Now, Mark, what were your impressions? Because you're asking me. I'd like to know what you think, Mark. What was your impression?
So on Thursday, I went all 4 days. So Thursday, I went to the comic book school panel with Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, Jamal Igle, where they both took a script and they did an artist rendition of what the script is from script to image. A lot of pictures on our Facebook page. There's more to come. I'm having difficulty with internet, so I'm slowly uploading pictures. So Amanda drew a page that she had written with Jimmy and also the Jamal. And it was a very different interpretation. And they showed what the actual page of the comic looked like, 3 different versions, and they all talked about that, which was really cool.
Very cool.
There was so when we had the vice president of Reed Pop on the show, Christina Rogers, she told me after the show, she gave me secret information that was like, off the record. And she was like, don't tell nobody. So I was holding it in. I was all excited. She had told me, I can say it now. She had told me that at the Mario panel that was going to be on Thursday was supposed to be Chris Pratt was going to show up and surprise everybody. And they were going to show the entire movie as opposed to just the trailer. So I went out of my way to get into that panel and it didn't happen. They only had the trailer and Jack Black showed up. So I actually, so Christina said, stop by, say hi. So I actually saw her the following day. And I was like, what happened? She's like, they must change that at the last minute. I could have sworn. And I was like, I feel like a goober sitting in that theater, all excited for a movie that never came.
But Jack Black showed up though.
Yeah,
Jack Black was awesome. It was awesome. But I'm like, I'm sitting there expecting a movie and there's no movie.
Wonder Boy.
It was a line to get in. It was chaos. That area was very chaotic to get in because they
Oh
had
yeah, the
people
holding
registered.
area. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, it was
Yeah, that holding
crazy.
area is crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
So I went through all that to get in there, excited to see this movie that no one else knew about. Like, I know something you don't know, and then nothing.
How long did you have to wait?
The wait was about a good hour, I would say.
Yep. No. Okay. No.
So that's what I was saying. She was so apologetic. She's the sweetest person. When we had on the show, it was very sweet. I met her once again and finally in person. It was awesome. They had signs all over the place, as she mentioned when she was a guest. That there was a mask mandate, but the mask was like slowly deteriorating as the show went on. So I would say by Thursday, I would say maybe 70% of people were wearing masks, and by at the end of Sunday, like 10% of people were wearing masks. So I
agree,
think
yeah,
it was just that they probably weren't expecting. It was a New York crowd, and it was just that's how it was going to be, and they would have to like shut down the entire thing or just like start throwing people against wall. It was just so overwhelming. They just could not get a handle on it. And they had signs, they had people giving out masks. They were doing the best that they could. But I think, as she said when she was a guest, there's a lot of things that they work on, they mess up, and they have to fix for next year. So that was just one of the things that they really messed up on.
You got to get some mask Nazis, I guess.
I guess so. And
or the other way, or go full the other way and just say, nah, we're done.
But if they put up a sign, it's nice to have a sign, but the sign does no good if no one's enforcing it. So but they kind of split up the area this time. They had a special cosplay area, which was all the way upstairs. So a lot of cosplayers I didn't see on the floor because they were all in the cosplay area. So that is good and bad, because if you want to see cosplay, just go up the stairs and boom, it was tons and tons up there in their own space. But then it lessens them from going on the floor, which is good or bad depending on who you ask. So that was, and it had a weird flow because they had small press on the left side of the building and also on the right side of the building. Normally they're all connected, and no DC. And there was
DC, crazy.
3 guys that had an outside booth, like outside the Jarvis Center. They set up a table outside.
Oh yeah, in the street. I saw those guys.
Yes.
Yeah, they were cool. They were very cool.
You
Good
do
for
you,
them.
man. You do
Guerrilla,
you, man.
guerrilla marketing.
Matter of fact, Charlie, you remember the Goofy Fruit guys?
The what?
The Goofy Fruit guys.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of them that had the table outside. He said, "Say hi to Charlie for me." He gave me stickers to give to you.
Are you allowed to do that?
Well,
you're on the
it's
street.
New York.
It's New York. 2 hot dogs and a soda, $5.
That's pretty smart. Yeah, if you don't get a table at Comic-Con, you get a table outside Comic-Con.
Hot dogs, complete with rodent excretions.
Oh God.
Hey, that's meditation,
Anyway.
I tell you. So then,
Let's go for the flavor.
Yeah. No charge for the extra protein.
right.
Hey, Mark.
Yes.
What you said about the cosplayers being in
Yeah.
a separate thing, that had to cut down on the on the congestion taking the pictures. I guess
Yeah.
that was a good idea.
There
'Cause you
wasn't
know that
as
by-
much. Yes, there wasn't as much congestion on the show floor. I have to admit, like in front of the show floor, there was a big crowds in areas. But
Right.
generally speaking, that really did help with the flow of the walking. There were some crowded areas, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. I went to the legendary YA panel with Dana Merle, who did Tragic, is the writer of Tragic. Kelly Zekas, who did Championess. Kat Staggs, who is the cover artist for the Eleanor Holmes comic. It was a really nice panel. They talked about the differences between doing a young adult book as doing a regular book. They had it was by Legendary Comics and their new division of doing a YA comic.
What are some of the differences?
Well,
between them?
there are like checklists, but not like mandates to have. So they were like, always, usually the adults are kind of out of the play when it's a young adult comic or story. There's always some type of romance that they do, and they try to write adult, but through the eyes of a child. So the artist was like, we approach the drawing differently. Like the eye levels are lower, there's more colors. It was very interesting, the distinction between that. And the fact that if you look at, and any good story can be a YA story, but not all YA stories can be for everybody. That was the thing. Like you can transition that the main character would be younger. You can age them down a little bit. That's always the thing. So you can have an age down character for a regular book, but if you add a couple of small little things, that usually they're an orphan, usually they're on their own. There's a romance, and you age down the characters to be like the certain age bracket. That's what qualifies. I thought it was really cool. And I want to give them a shout out. And I also want to give a shout out to Sarah Haskell, who was moderating the panel.
Oh, did you go? Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
So there was a Thundercats debacle that happened.
Ooh,
What?
Thundercats.
So there was a Thundercat panel with Larry Kenny, who's the voice of
Did
Lionel.
he get catty?
That's funny.
That always now
Um,
Larry isn't
Larry
Tom Kenny. Tom Kenny is the SpongeBob guy, right?
Tom Kenny is the SpongeBob guy.
And Larry Kenny is okay.
Thundercats.
That always
So I'm at
confused
the
me.
Thundercat panel, and as you know me, I'm not technology friendly. So 3 minutes before the panel starts, everybody else's phone goes off because they all have the app for New York
Oh, to
Comic
tell
Con,
you,
and I don't.
yeah, what? Yeah.
And it said the panel is canceled.
Oh,
And we were in the panel 3
Oh.
minutes before it started.
Oh.
And the guy, they didn't know. So everybody's like, we just got a note that it says that this panel that we're in is being canceled 3 minutes before it starts. The guy's like, let me find out. And he leaves and he comes back like, yeah, we regret to inform you and blah, blah, blah.
Wow, what a
And
bummer.
yeah. And it got moved to Sunday. And I got to tell you, I went back Sunday and the panel was amazing. Larry Kenny was such an amazing guest. He was heartfelt. He loves the voice acting. He loves the characters. We actually did a panel for the East Meadow Public Library. And after the panel was over, he said, hey, anybody want to take a picture with me? And he came down and he took a picture with just about everybody who wanted a picture for free. And that's something that you
Wow.
don't normally get.
Anything for
Wow.
free at Comic-Con is a shock.
Oh, Jen's
That's
got
all I
nice-
had to say.
Jen has nice
Okay.
back. She had a nice back. That was
Thank
cool.
you. I just discovered that.
Do that again. That was cool.
So yeah, that was
Do
really
it
cool.
again.
And I managed to go get a special thing of Violent Night, the movie Violent Night. I got a special press access to that premiere screening of the movie Violent Night.
Was
Basically,
it violent and mostly at night?
it was extremely violent, and it
Ooh.
was
Mostly at night.
at 98% at night.
Wow, cool.
It was with the guy from Stranger Things, David Harbour, and John Leguizamo.
Oh,
Oh,
was
I
he
like
was he
John
was he playing like Santa Claus in that?
Yes,
I've
he
seen the
is.
trailer. That looks cool. That looks very that's very
So
cool.
basically, I'm actually under embargo. I can't say what the
Ooh,
the
an
movie,
NDA, an
what I thought of
NDA.
it.
Ooh.
But
Wow.
I want to give a shout out to Kyle and Mackenzie. I want to give them a shout out for assisting me at the panel. But I can. John Leguizamo came out. He said this movie is super violent and super funny, and I can say he was pretty accurate. That's all I can say on that movie.
John Leguizamo, who was in the original Spawn movie, right? Didn't he play
That's
the
correct.
clown?
Yeah, he played the clown. Yeah.
The clown, yeah.
What about
let's see.
Svengoolie?
Svengoolie?
Svengoolie was there, but I didn't see him. He was there, I think, on Friday and Thursday and
He
Friday.
was
or
like
Friday and Saturday.
1163 or something.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was there. There's pictures we got of him. So I don't know if I messed up on the time, which I probably did, but I went there and he was leaving. So I think he was leaving early. So I actually grabbed a picture of him. But yeah, he was there at the MeTV booth because apparently he's very popular on that channel.
And
Yeah.
MeTV taped a lot of the panels. They taped a bunch of cartoon panels. They were all over the place. They're
Oh,
gonna
wow.
get a lot of traction out of New York Comic Con.
Let's see. So we have about like 2 minutes. So I want to quickly mention that I went to the Beast Wars panel, which is basically the Transformers. And what they had was many concept sketches and designs of the original series. And do you know that music video Money for Nothing?
Sure, one of my favorites.
They did the animation for that.
Wow, back in the
Oh,
day.
man.
Back in the day.
Because
Wow.
of how successful that was, they decided to make an animation studio, and that's how they got to do Beast Wars. And
That
Warplanes.
was-
And they were the
Whoa.
first ever animation studio
Yeah.
to do a television series.
Wow.
And
That
he's-
was some groundbreaking animation. Because
Yes.
I remember when that came out, and all graphic artists, because I was talking about that. That was some groundbreaking graphic arts.
Well, it's just one more reason why
I'm
people
done,
should
go.
do music videos, because so many models, actors, producers just do a music video once or twice or three, and then they start doing short films and then feature films. So music videos are a very big springboard for
They're
Well,
important.
more legit success. Yeah.
So that was Louis Anthony Gowd. I'm going to try to get him
Cool.
to be on the show. He had so many
Cool,
interesting
cool.
stories.
Yeah.
And one of the things was that he regrets is that he says that if you think about it, back then it was just Lucasfilms and Mainframe, the two companies that were pioneers. But Lucasfilms, they had the foresight to record everything and make documentaries about how they made all this stuff. And Mainframe, nobody was doing anything because they were just busy trying to get the product out.
Right.
And he's like, all the stories and all the things that they did. He said, this is a true story that back then when you have to deliver packages, from the film, the
yeah.
finished product, you have to deliver it and like physically to LA. The delivery guy came to pick up the stuff and they were in Canada. And they actually had the employees physically sit on the delivery guy to wait before the product could be done. And he's like, we compensated him, but basically we held him hostage for delivering the stuff. So it's amazing his stories he had. And he's like, I wish we had some documentation of it. So I was like, wow, it's really, really, really interesting person to see.
Well, Mark,
And then,
when we're going out of this, Charlie and I are going to sing that song. So tell us when we're going to
okay,
start
money
singing.
for nothing. All right.
Right, Charlie?
I want to hear that.
Also, I want to mention the Kim Jung-ji death table, which is an
Yes, that
artist
was
alley.
very sweet. Very sweet. Nice dedication. Very sweet.
So an artist had passed away, I think like a couple days before he was going to go to New York Comic Con. He had a table.
What?
And instead of replacing the table, they put a little sign with a picture up there and people left flowers and notes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are the chances?
Yeah.
And then let me see. I want to mention for you wrestling fans out there, I saw Omos. He walked right by me. This guy was huge. He's like 8 feet tall. So just seeing someone taller than me is very rare. And I see this monstrous guy walk by. And it's like, holy crap! This giant WWE wrestler. And as he's walking away, I'm like, maybe I should take a picture. And basically, I just see the back of his head towering over everybody else. I saw Martin Cove. He walked by me, and Dan Harmon also walked by me.
Dan Harmon from the thing. with the
Rick and
thing.
Morty
Yeah,
in
that
Community.
Guy, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, that guy.
So that was kind of cool. And Martin Cove from Cobra Kai was there. Like I said, these are people that just walked by me.
Wow.
I actually kind of avoided the celebrity area this time. And on Sunday, so quickly, as you know, we have our segments, which is the Jaybird and Lee segment. So Jaybird and Lee hanged out with me afterwards. And we went to eat at a diner, and we went with Lee Kalinsky, which is the filmmaker, his kid Jaybird, and Riley and his wife.
Oh,
And
how sweet.
the diner wasn't big enough to hold all of us because we also hang out with the Bet and Apple
Why they
guys.
gained weight since
So
we
we
saw them last?
No. So the kids had a kids table and they ordered on their own, and well, the adults were sitting somewhere else, and they ordered like coffee and they ordered all this type of stuff because they were unattended.
Oh, what kind of stuff did they order?
They ordered coffee and desserts and cookies and cappuccino. They ordered all this crazy stuff because they were
Why cats
completely
coffee? The
unattended.
kids like coffee?
Well, they never were allowed to have coffee
Yeah.
before, but since they were
Oh,
at
they're
a diner
Mormon.
by
I see.
themselves, like
Beautiful.
3 booths back, they
Beautiful.
just ordering stuff.
Wow,
Love
that's
those.
interesting. Were they jumping off the wall?
Afterwards, Julie
Most of the
was.
night they were,
Afterwards,
yeah.
was. So that was kind of fun.
That's fun.
That's cute.
I
So
like
we're
it.
going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk more about the Hurricane. So we'll be
Beautiful.
right
Yeah,
back.
hurry up. Come back
with
here
Coming from
already.
the radio.
Come back, damn it.
All right, I got
Hey
something to
everybody,
show
this is Todd McFarlane of the record-setting Spawn comic
you.
series.
Ooh.
And if you're looking for any kind of cool conversation about creators, about entertainment, about all that good stuff, you go to It Came From the Radio. You're listening to the right spot.
Hey, Mark, look at my.
This is
look at me
Quentin
for a
Flynn,
second.
popular voice actor known for Axel, Tamon, and Raiden from the Metal Gear series. And you're listening to It Came From the Radio. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Mike Kingston, the writer and creator of Headlocks. And I am WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. And guess what
Ooh,
you're
Jerry
listening
Lawler.
to? You're listening to It Came
Came
From the Radio.
Hi, this is Amy Jo Johnson, writer-director from the film The Space Between, and you're listening to It Came From the Radio.
Space Between.
Meet Grimlock having fun on It Came From the Radio. Meet Greg Berger also.
Now, back to our show.
And welcome back to It Came From the Radio. the show that
Oh,
you
it's
guys
great
on.
to
This
be
is
back,
your host,
Mark.
First
Hey,
speaking
hey.
for our 61st live show, courtesy of the East Meadow Public Library.
Woo.
And they have, where's my button? And they have, where is it? There's a sign. I had it here.
Where's
not
the
working.
button? Where's the
I'm
button?
pressing the button.
Press the button.
Oh wait, there it is. Wait, I got it.
Press the button.
I got it. There we go. So because we're live right now, you guys can go to the Discover Exoplanet events opening, which is on Sunday, October 16th, which is this Sunday, for people who are actually live in the studio audience or listening to us virtually. It's the East Meadow Public Library and the Cradle of Aviation Museum are working in partnership on the Space Science Institute / NASA Discovery Exoplanet exhibit. So
Very
make
cool.
sure you guys go check that out, which is very awesome. And it's courtesy of the East Meadow Public Library. For more information, go to www.eastmeadow.info. In addition to all that, they all have tons and tons and tons of programming, most of which are free, one of which is our show, which we have every month. And we have always have a special guest with us. And this week we have none other than special guest David Donovan.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi,
So-
Jen.
Hey,
Charlie,
So,
wake
Jen.
up. Charlie.
Jen, take it away. You got a question for
Yeah,
Dave?
Jen, ask me a question because Charlie's sleeping.
Honestly, I'm gonna start with a boring question just because I organize and this is very important for all the cons that I go to and every event, every movie shoot, everything. Parking and bathrooms. If the parking and bathrooms are good and people are
We're good to
nice and
go.
fun stuff to see, I'm in. If the
We're good
parking
to
and
go.
bathrooms are bad, so parking is
We
easy.
got bathrooms for you. They're right down the stairs. We also have them on the same floor. If somebody's incapacitated, we got to walk them over there. And parking, what we do is everybody can come and unload. And I say, move your cars, and they move their cars out. We leave the parking lot open for
Oh,
everybody to come
right.
in.
So there's a
And we
parking
all-
lot.
Yeah, there's a parking lot behind the church, and there's a parking lot to the left of the church for the CVS, but they let us use it. So there's a lot of parking, and there's also parking on the street if you need it. So, and if you have any kind of handicap thing where you need some help, we have a ramp to get you in. So we're here to help. Just
Well, now that we
get in
got that
touch.
out of the way, I know that I can actually get there. What are we
Yes, you
gonna
can.
see there? What's
Wow.
gonna happen? What is it?
It's funny. I was just looking through. We always have a great raffle, and I've actually got some raffle prizes already mentioned. So what I have is we have a beautiful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle drawing by Jacob Shabbat, all 4 turtles. That's a beautiful piece of original art. We also have a beautiful Venom drawing by Franco. Big Venom drawing, looks really good. We also have a Savage Dragon little mini portrait by Brendan Shaw. He gave that to me at New York Comic Con. And we also have 2 gigantic omnibuses. These are these heavy books that can be like a brick and open up your front door. One of them is a Wonder Woman omnibus, and one is a Green Lantern omnibus. So that's only a few of the things. And
Cool.
actually, the day of, so many other things come in. It'll be a full table of stuff. So we sell raffle tickets. It's one of the biggest ways of us raising money is through the raffles. I'm going to throw it out to the audience also. If you're an artist and you want to donate something to the raffle, I would love it. If you're a fan and you want to donate something, we would love to have anything in our raffle because every little bit helps us.
And the prizes are top-notch high-end items. Like I can safely say that I've never seen a better raffle than that.
Wow.
Wow.
We
Wow.
have some
Winning.
really good staff at
Thank
a
you.
convention for this type
Thank
of
you.
raffle, like the convention giving away the raffle. It's amazing stuff. I mean, I've taken pictures of all the raffle winners on
Yes,
the
you
on
have.
both
Yes, you
conventions.
have. Yes, you
You see it on our
have.
Facebook page. So there's like tons and tons and tons of free stuff.
And
I mean,
they're all
Charlie, you've seen it,
happy.
right?
They're all happy.
yeah, and you know what the funny part is? Even the raffle calling is like so much fun. Even
Yeah,
when
there's
they're picking,
there's some guy
right?
they give a microphone to this guy and he just will not.
Yeah, I'm telling
Oh,
you.
wait a second, we're talking about me. I'm the guy. who does that.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm telling you, everything at this convention is fun and full of fun and full of love. And
I'm very shy,
it-
Jen. I'm very shy, by
it's-
the way. It's very
it's-
hard for me to get up in front of a group and talk.
yeah, it's the I went there for the first time and I was just amazed how it was. It's the biggest littlest convention ever. It's the
I like the
greatest
sound of that.
convention, and everybody was so friendly, and you make friends easy. I commissioned one of the artists to do a portrait for me, which he did,
Oh.
and
Oh, fantastic.
it came out great, and it's hanging up on my wall now, and I just loved everybody there. Mark, you remember the girl who did the artist with the animals and the alphabets?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
yes.
Megan Taylor. That she's right from
Yes.
Rockville Center. She's married to James Barry. They both are
Yeah.
artists that both have tables. Actually, Megan did a portrait for my cousin Denise, she did a portrait of
Yeah.
the two cows on her farm. So she has a portrait
Yeah.
of two cows. And then also
then-
my niece Johanna had her son Mason's name done up by Megan. Beautiful watercolor painting with Masson and spelled out his name, and there were animals on it. So a lot of my family got stuff from Megan. So yeah, Megan Taylor will be
Yeah.
there. James Barry will be there. We're gonna have a lot of people. Onji Khan's gonna be there.
Onji Khan.
Onji is doing a lot of. He's
Onji
kind of
Khan.
changed it. He's kind of changed his style a little bit. He's a little looser, and it's very, very cool. There's going to be a lot of people. And one of the things also is at this show, you're going to find that unique Christmas gift or holiday gift that you need. You're not going to find it anywhere else but here. So whether it's a piece of artwork, whether it's a comic, whether it's something that's handmade by somebody, you're going to find something unique here that you're not going to find anywhere else. And that's a lot of fun.
We
And
love
like I
unique.
said, I need your money. Like, I can't tell you I need your money. The place has been there since 1885. We'd like it to continue for another 100 years, but we need your money. The place needs upkeep. It needs repairs.
Yes,
We are,
bring yourself, but bring your money.
bring your money. We are an open and affirming congregation. That means it is open to anyone. So anyone can walk in off the street and take part in service. And Mark, I have a very funny service story for you. What
Let's hear
happened
it.
was about a month ago on a Wednesday night, after getting comics at my local comic shop, Cosmic Comics, came home and I got a call from the church, and it was Rich, the president of the board of trustees. He said, David, we have a problem for Sunday, 4 days away. And I said, what is that? He said, the pastor has COVID. I said, it's horrible. What are you going to do? They said, well, we need somebody to preach. I said, well, have you asked a couple of people? He said, yeah, we don't have anybody else. I said, so what does that mean? He goes, well, I need you. I said, you need me to preach in 4 days? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, let me give you a hard maybe. And he said, David, what does a hard maybe mean? I said, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. So I took my son home. I was driving back in my car and I thought about it. And I said, wait a second. They're going to let you get up in front of the church. You can talk about anything you want for 20 minutes and they have to listen to you. So I called them back right away and said, yeah, I'm in. I'll do it. Because I was a Sunday school teacher for years. So it's very easy for me to talk about different aspects of Christianity, what have you. So I did a sermon that mentioned the Washington Monument, General George Patton, Back to the Future 3, the Star Trek philosophy, the Vulcan philosophy of the edict. And I ended the service with live long and prosper. God loves you. He really, really does. So it was a lot of fun. And it's
That sounds
on
very interesting.
YouTube. If you want to know, it's on YouTube. You can find it out there. Got a lot of views. I know Mark is.
So what is it? David
several times.
Donovan sermon? Is that what it's under?
Yeah, how can we find this? It sounds really interesting.
I will post a link to it on your Facebook page, Mark Torres.
And
How's
I will
that?
put it in the show notes on this YouTube recording.
Fantastic.
And can we see it? Can we see a sermon at the event? Are you gonna do one?
I'm thinking about it. If I don't
You
get
should
enough
do it.
money, I'm gonna have to do a sermon on, yes, we need your money, not like JP who doesn't need your money. I need your money. Bring it down. Bring it down. We need your money.
So
Right,
speaking of-
Charlie?
Yeah, bring
so
money,
speaking of money,
money.
What else? So besides
Kids,
the tickets
go
and
in
the
your
raffle-
mother's pocketbook and take all the green stuff out. Send it to David. No, Soupy got in trouble for that. We're
Yes,
just
he did.
kidding.
All right, Mark, you were asking me a question. I'm sorry.
Yes, I
Mark.
was asking a question about money. So beyond the tickets, which are how much?
The admission to the show is $5. That is a $5 donation
That's
to the
nothing.
church. Okay,
$5
and then
donation.
the raffle tickets are, I believe, $5 a piece and 5 for $20. And like Mark
Okay.
said, these are all high-end items. So you want to spend a little dough, to win something. Everybody wins something at Hurricon, by the way. Everybody.
And
wins
Wow.
something.
what else can people buy? Like the food. Why don't you talk about that? Because
Oh, we
I
have
love
the-
me some food.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
We
Yeah.
we have the world famous walking taco, which is a taco in a bag. So whether it's a
Oh.
Doritos bag or a Fritos bag or what have you, we'll actually make you a taco in a bag.
Cool.
We have another member of the church who makes a homemade clam chowder.
Mm.
He promised me crab cakes this year. We also have a homemade pulled pork sandwich, hot dogs. We have potato knishes. We have some desserts. So bring your appetite. And please come on down on November 19th from 10 in the morning till 5 p.m.
I'm there and I'm bringing money.
Because Charlie, I need your money. Charloots, I need your money.
Dave Oots, I'm coming down with the green stuff, Dave.
And will we see any singers or dancers or comedians or hecklers or wrestlers or any
Oh my God.
spectacles?
I pretty much do all of that, but
All of
we
that.
All of it.
we did have a comedian come. I don't know if you know him, Jen. His name is Joe Pontillo. He's from Valley
I've
Stream.
heard.
Joe Pontillo came down and did 5 minutes with me. We had, during the raffle. It was a lot of fun. Told a couple of jokes, so that was great. We love supporting Joe. He's a great local guy. And singers and dancers. Well, I can do a little soft shoe for you, and you know, maybe I'll sing a couple of hymns when everybody comes in. You know,
That'd be cool.
little Amazing Grace. Maybe me and Charlie will do a little Amazing Grace towards the end as
Yes.
everybody leaves.
We got an act going on. We're going to be doing some,
Chaloots.
yeah.
But
Chaloots
again,
and Dave
but again,
Roots.
it's a
The
local
lost
event.
episodes.
It's a lost. It's an event.
Hey, David, your
Look, yeah.
family going to be there.
Everybody's
family's
going to
gonna
be
be
there.
there.
My wife, my wife Linda, my
Yeah.
boys David and Jack. Faith is going to be there. Faith Stone is my graphic artist. She did the poster that we snuck into New York Comic Con. And Jack's fiance Maria will be there helping us out with tables. My mom's going to be there. My brother Dennis and my sister-in-law Joan. My nephew Sean, my nephew Dennis, Kevin, and my niece Kelly, and all that there, and Melissa's going to be there. Johanna's going to be there. Little Liam,
And
my
just-
wonderful little nephew, and also and Mason's going to be there. So you get to meet the whole family. They're all
There
going to
you
be
go,
there.
everybody.
What could be better? You get to meet my whole
It's just
family.
a convention of peace and love and money. Remember money.
Now it is in a
Salute.
church. Is that the gymnasium?
That is the gymnasium, the church. In fact, if anybody comes, they want to see the church, I'll take you in for a little tour. A Protestant church is a very interesting kind of church, because if you go to a Catholic church, it's a very ornate church, and the Protestant church is totally different. Very simple, very laid back. So actually, you'd probably get a kick out of seeing it because it's just different. And we have a
Interesting.
wonderful pastor. His name is Mark Lukens. He's been with us for over 20 years. He's actually leaving next year, but he is staying for my son's my son and my son and my soon-to-be daughter-in-law Maria's nuptials, which will be on March 25th, if anybody wants to come. And Mark will be doing that at the church. I'll give you more information if you like. But yeah, so you also get to meet Mark. Mark will be there shaking hands, saying hello to everybody. He won some stuff in the raffle too, which is nice. We spread the love on that. And it's a community event. So I love getting everybody from East Rockaway, because the people from East Rockaway came to this gym when they needed stuff. They needed food, they needed batteries, they needed shoes, they needed clothing, they needed medicine, they needed diapers. This is where they came right after Hurricane Sandy. And for over 6 months, it was all located in that gymnasium. And we had the Red Cross, we had everybody giving us stuff. We got donations from everywhere, and we just handed them out to everybody that needed them. When people came in, they had lost everything. A good buddy
Well,
of
that's
mine,
definitely a place you want to keep alive.
yeah, a good buddy of mine came in and he was taking like 2 things. And I said, dude, you lost everything. He goes, yeah, but other people need it. I said, no, take 4 batteries, not 2 batteries.
Right.
Your flashlight's going to run out. He was, okay, I'll take it. You had to convince him to take it. But yeah, that's the spirit of the place, by the way. The Bethany Church is very involved in the community. After Hurricane Sandy, a group came in and helped rebuild everything in East Rockaway. And we housed them for almost 8 years. Every summer they came down, and we housed them at the church. They slept there, they showered there, and they went out to the community and did work on, it's called Next Step Ministries. And it was all done for free. So if you needed a rip out, if you needed siding done in your house, Next Step did that work for free. The supplies, everything. And that was 8 years after. So again, that's another thing Bethany did for the community. So here we are throwing it out to you. I need your money. Come down, buy some stuff, give me some money, not me, the church. And it'll be fantastic. And we'd love to see you. It'll be
Come
great.
down, get the raffle. And we have about 5 minutes left. So I want to ask you, how do you get those wonderful raffle gifts?
Some of them are purchased by me. Some of them are donated. Mostly, when you ask an artist to do something, you don't want to say, hey, do it, for nothing. So the couple of these were purchased by me. Well, most of these were. The other stuff are donations by other people that come. I'm very blessed to have a bunch of good buddies. I belong to a group of guys that collect original comic book art. And so these guys all donate wonderful things, signed books, original artwork, cells, you name it. They find all this cool stuff that they want to donate. So I get a lot of the stuff from them, which is great. And then other people just kind of call me up and say, I have something I want to donate. Of course. And we're just looking for unique items that'll attract people to want to, spend some money on some raffle tickets. So if you have something and you want to get in touch, you can email Hurricon, HURRICON, Hurricon at yahoo.com, and I will get it. Right now, our tables are actually all sold out. We don't have any tables available. So if you're interested in the table, talk to me. I'll put you on the list. I like to double check with everybody a month before. Maybe somebody's canceling. I don't know. There actually is another show that weekend. I will not deny it. There actually are two shows. There's an anime show in Manhattan, and there's also Long Island Comic Book Fest out in Suffolk County. And you might say to me, Dave, why are you talking about another show? Well, I look at it this way. If you're going out on a Saturday and you're going to garage sales, you're not going to go to one garage sale. You're going to go to 2 or 3 or 4. So go to both. Come on. But come to mine first because I need your money, and then go to the other show and don't spend so much. How's that sound?
Good
Just
way of
come and
thinking
spend
it.
all your money with me. That's all.
You
I
make
want.
it a day. You make it a whole fun day.
Exactly. You're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. Meet a lot of people.
Well said.
You're going to have a good time. It's going to be great. November 19th, going to be a fantastic day. I'm looking forward to it. It's we did Furnace Con back in June. And the reason we did Furnace Con, Charlie, why do you think we did Furnace Con?
There you go. So
Charlie?
Jen, why do you think we did Furnace Con, Jen? Why do you
Because
think we did
needed more
something?
money?
I was gonna say something,
Because
David.
you needed
No,
more
I'm not.
money?
I was gonna be nice.
We needed a. Here's what happened back in
You needed
December.
a furnace?
The furnace died.
Yeah.
So they said to me, the board of trustees, David, we got to think of some ideas to raise money. And I said, okay, what could I do? And they said, well, can you do another convention? I said, really? They said, yeah. Why don't you call it Furnace Con? I'm like,
And this is for
okay.
furnace?
And we raised half the money we needed for the furnace. So that was
Oh my God.
fantastic. I couldn't
You know
believe
what's really funny? I sent the list of events that Mark sent me to one person, and he said Furnace Con, like something like that's a really interesting name. There was like a lot of comments made about that, and I'm like, yeah, it's interesting, but I kind of just gave up because I'm like, all right, I'm not going to guess. So I wondered a long time ago, and here you finally answered a question from like 6-7 months ago. Thank you.
Thank you. And a couple of my very wise acre friends said, okay, so David, when one of the men's room toilets die, are you going to do a toilet con? I said, well,
You
maybe.
should. That's so funny. That's so funny. You know what? It would stand out, so people would never forget it.
They
Everything's
would never
Comic
forget
Con,
it. They
Comic
would-
Fest.
Yeah, come on. No,
Yeah.
Toilet Fest.
Toilet Fest. I'm never going to forget that. I love it.
We're almost out of time.
I want to go to a Toilet Fest. Please, someone make one.
Toilet Fest.
Yeah.
Charlie, Charlotte's Toilet Fest. Charlie.
Oh, listen,
Oh!
I want everybody, bring your money. Go
Bring
to
your money.
Hurricon. You
Episode.
walk in, you'll see all the beautiful, talented people, all orchestrated by Dave Donovan. It's the most peaceful, beautiful, full of love convention you could go to. Go down to Hurricon. Don't make
Okay.
me come over there and drag you down. You go
That's-
down there by yourself. Bring money. Give the
That's
$5
money.
at the door
That's
and
money.
then empty your wallets.
So that's senior correspondent Charlie Saladino's final thoughts. Man, Jenny Feller.
That was-
final thought.
Help people whenever you get a chance, because it always comes back to you. So helping people is a giving and a very selfish thing to do. So if you need some help in your life, help someone else.
Amen. I like that. Wow. I'm going to put that in a sermon.
All right.
David, you have a final thought for us?
My final thought is, look, it's all about the love. Come down, say hi, come down to the show, and just, this group of comic people, we're always so accepting of everybody. The comic, when I did it years ago, we were a little group in the corner and we accepted everybody. It's still that way. So when you come down here, you belong here. Okay. You're going to be part of the group when you come to Hurricon. Just come on in, say hello, catch me, say hello to me. You're part of the group. You are welcome here. And we want you here. And we want
Nice.
your money.
I'm interested.
My
We want
final
you
thought
on
is
it,
this. Thank you, David, for being a guest on the show for the second time.
Thank you, Mark.
I really do like the Hurricon. I think like I said, it's one of the best raffles out there. If you want to go to a convention and get some good stuff. Yes, Jen, you got
Let's just say what the dates are right now, the dates and times right now, just in case anyone missed it.
The date is November 19th from 10 in the morning till 5 at night, 100 Main Street, East Rockaway, New York, 11518. That is not Queens. It is Nassau County. And the
All
Long
right.
Island Railroad is basically a 10-minute walk to us. So get in
and
touch.
website.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. There is no website. I can't figure
Nice.
that out.
That's
There is no website.
There is no, we have no website, Mark. We just used the Facebook.
So that's about does it for us on It Came From the Radio.
Does it really, Mark?
join
Does it
us
really
on-
do it for us?
Join us this
Salute.
week and every week on our radio station if you miss any part of the show. Oh, now you don't want to say it?
Sorry.
Go to our website, www.itcamefromradio.com. Listen to archives go up in a week or so. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And remember, check out the East Meadow Public Library. That's www.eastmeadow.info. Once again, our next live show will be on November, November the 9th with
November the 9th.
Adim DeVoe, which is a
Adim
comic book
DeVoe.
creator. So
Cool.
with that, we'll see you next time.
You've been
so much.
listening to It Came From the Radio with Mark Torres. The views of the show's hosts and guests did not necessarily reflect that of the management, owners, or staff of this station. We now return you to your earthly scheduled broadcast.
Jen started in